was mixed the wrong way. Crap. Oh, I can flip it. Okay. See if people find us here. What'd you say? Guys, hi everyone. Okay, let's check this out and see where we're at here. Already looks thicker, so that's great. Wonderful news. We are at,
How long is this live?
it's going a lot longer than expected, huh, bud? We're already at 30 Celsius, so it's about room temperature. A little bit cooler, so that's good. And then we're at a softer peak. This is the, so I'm gonna go a tiny bit further, but at least it has volume this time.
Okay. You and I love
And then we'll be ready to go. Zena says much better. That makes me happy because she is the queen of Italian meringue method.
You.
What? I can't hear you.
Just come over there.
Maybe.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna move on to the next phase. Got this. Gonna put it in a spoonful at a time. I'm just not gonna add egg white powder since I don't want to rescale it. We're gonna switch to our paddle. Excuse me? I've just never done that, so it's not what I've done. Okay, guys, let's check it out.
Everyone loves that special.
This pink spatula. So, still pretty runny. I don't know what's going on, but we're better, right? I'm going to clean this off completely. And then we're gonna switch to the paddle attachment. Add our liquid egg whites and our dries, a spoonful at a time. I'm not doing anything with this. All right, guys. Where's my paddle? Paddle. Stir on low. We're gonna add in our whites. You wanna do this, babe? Or, okay, sorry. I'm gonna just pour in, looks like way too much liquid to add into that. There we go. We got our coloring and our 54 grams of egg white powder. Egg white, sorry. We're gonna mix that in with the dries. Spoonful by spoonful. Amy, if you're still here, did yours type out okay? So I'm just on stir. Looks really runny to me. Right now we're looking pretty runny. I'm gonna add a little bit faster. incorporated. And then we'll finish off with our spatula. That sassy pink is really pretty. It's already pretty loose, in my opinion. I know, Zena never rests her max. I didn't rest with her recipe and it worked, but I feel like I just get such a small foot with my oven. So I like to rest at least 10 minutes, but this is a no rest as well. All right, I'm gonna get my bigger spatula now and just kind of feel this batter out. What a day, right? Okay, here we go. Make sure the bottom is nice and incorporated. Let's see. Can you guys see that okay? I'm gonna go with this. It's streaming down inside the bowl. It's falling on top of itself and kind of building up, and then it's melted into itself. So that's a good sign. Christina says it looks good. She's another queen of Italian mac. So we'll see. Thank you. Gives me some confidence, guys. Okay. What was she doing? Let's make sure this isn't too hot. Okay, I'm gonna pipe. Oh, good. Zena says it looks okay. Let's see if I can get you guys down a little bit more. Hi from India. Okay, it's a little frazzle-dazzled, guys. Let's pipe this bad boy out. '90-degree angle. Press with your dominant hand from the top. Do a little flip of the wrist with your less dominant hand, your non-dominant hand. There's so much heat coming up from the oven, I should probably move over. We'll see if it was worth it to redo this, guys. I'm gonna eat. Questions? Should we do some sprinkles on top?
Yes to sprinkles.
Yes to sprinks. All right, guys, let's tap it out. Let me do some pink sanding sugar. I ordered some fun Christmas sprinkles from the Flour Girl. They haven't come yet, so we're just gonna do pink on pink, do a little macarons by Christina kind of look. You can pop your bubbles if you'd like. Oops. And you can spill your sprinkles if you'd like. Thanks. Thanks, Wesley. Focus on those. All right. Just a little bit of fun. And this adds so much fun texture on your macs. Especially I feel like with Italian macarons can be a little softer of a shell than French method. So it's really nice comparison. So we'll let these rest for like 10 minutes and I'll pop them in. I'm gonna pipe the second tray. I'm making such a mess. Happy almost Thanksgiving. I'm interested, Eni, if you're still here, because you were ahead of me, or anyone else that is making these today, how it's going. Let me fill my bag up. I'm glad you guys were here with me to encourage me to start over. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, Zena. So, because we had that mixer on high when we were adding in our sugar syrup, it doesn't pool at the bottom here, and then you don't get any of that sugar coated on the bottom. So you just want to make sure you're at a fast speed and that your egg whites are nice and frothy when you add in your sugar syrup to eliminate that wasted sugar syrup on the bottom of your mixer. Someone said something about you. Let's see. Amazing camera work, Wesley. Okay, and you can get like a spatula or a bench scraper and just kind of push up your batter. Sorry, baby, okay? And we're back. I'm hoping to only have 2 trays, but if I have another tray, I'll do parchment.
Can you restate the name of the color?
This is Sassy Pink by the Sugar Art. It's a Master Elite. All right, guys. I'm gonna turn my oven down now that it's preheated to let's do 265. And we'll gamble with that first tray. It's not dry, but we'll put it in. Okay, we only have 2 trays, which is good. I don't need to do the parchment, but I remember I watched my live back from my last Italian method, and Eni, actually, you asked about if I had parchment with templates on it, so I wanted to show you guys at least, because I did end up purchasing it. This is the parchment that has a template on one side, and then you actually pipe on the side that doesn't have the template. It says please pipe, or please pipe and bake on the other side. So it gives you a nice warning. So you pipe on that side, and it works really nicely. And I'll put some sprinkles on here. And we'll get going, and I'll clean up my mess and talk to you guys. right. Should we put the first tray in, y'all? Y'all. Sprinkle. It comes, the parchment comes as a, it's already cut and it comes flat and it's in sheets. Okay guys, we're gonna go in. Still pretty shiny. Still sticking to my finger, but we're gonna try it. Some parts aren't, but like if I do here, if you can see, it'll pull it. So it's not dry. We're gonna go in though and choose the oven. Oh, my thermometer, I didn't check it. I put it down to 265. Your oven thermometer is not super accurate when it's laying on the bottom of your oven, but it's down there now, so whatever. It's about halfway through baking, smallish. Oh, good, Amy. Let me get my laptop in, talk to y'all. Should set a timer. I'll check in 9 minutes. All right, what a mess I've made today. Okay. Put it in so quickly. Okay. I know, Paula, I usually like to rest my macarons at least 20 minutes here in this environment, especially. But it's supposed to be a no rest, right? So let's follow the instructions of the recipe. Victoria, Vic, you say you're enjoying this method more and more now? Because I know on your story highlights in Instagram, you're like, it's okay, but you weren't as happy with it, right? Or maybe it was more just because of your gel paste. Abigail, yes, I can talk now. I got my coffee. I haven't had coffee or breakfast. Slept in this morning. No, but it's just been hectic. Thank you for being here. Abigail, do you like the French method? Yes. Kwan asked if I will be adding to my utilizing the yolks. I have yolks in the fridge from the first batch, and I was going to make some brioche or beignets donuts, so with a brioche dough. Hopefully I can get that out next week. I am so happy to do it, Zoe. Thank you for watching. Let's see. No movement really of the max yet, so. Okay. I know, Paula said she's finally cracked the French method, and it's so hard switching back and forth because it's easy to get used to one way, and just the way the batter feels is completely different with the other one. So you have to consistently do both to really remember, like, okay, this is my Italian batter, this is how I want it to be, and this is how I want my French to be. So if you are switching back and forth like once or something, make sure you give yourself some grace and kind of you have to relearn it a little bit. Princess Cupcake as what recipe I'm using. It's a recipe I have in a book. It is, I feel like it's out there on the internet. Lots of people have posted it. I don't know who the original person is, but I think like the Topless Baker uses it. I think it might be close to, what's the Magnolia Bakery? I don't have her cookbook, but I've heard it's similar to that. It's very similar, but it's 55 grams egg whites in your mixer, 54 for me, 55 for other grams of egg whites second edition. In your sugar syrup pot, you have 38 grams of water, and some specifically say purified water, like from a bottle. I don't use filtered water though, but you can. And then 150 grams sugar, 150 grams confectioner sugar, 150 grams almond flour. Does Pierre Hermé, I can't say, have that name? I mean, is that his recipe? Yeah, that could definitely be it. Okay, so I trust Mr. Chef Pierre. My favorite method, hands down, French. I'm just most comfortable with it, and it has worked for me in my past, especially with doing large production. I know that sounds funny, but Italian method would just always, I'd get so many lopsided macarons with Italian method in my previous oven when I started my business. Yes, Paula, honestly, Trini from Gourmet, trying to think of the handle. Trini, anyone? Gourmet, something Gourmet Desserts. She's in Texas, and she recently posted that she does this method too, and she's a badass. She is amazing, pumps out so many macarons. If you saw, yes, Indulge Gourmet. Thank you, Macarons by Christina. You're amazing. You're always pumping those out for me. I appreciate you checking me. She's like my fact checker. But she is awesome, and she recently posted what her method is, and I was like, oh yeah, there we go. So she does this, and it must, I mean, you have to save yourself in some areas, and if it doesn't hinder your product, that's an amazing way to work smart, not hard. I mean, she works hard, but that's just the saying, you know? Okay, someone said, please answer me. What did you say?
What's the color question?
Color question? Sassy pink? Master Elite Sassy Pink. Christmas flavors. I love Christmas time and fall. Both are just such awesome, vivacious flavors. I don't know what vivacious. Yeah. All the spices and stuff is just my favorite because it takes away from that sweetness, and it's just so, I feel like comforting as well as well-rounding the macarons. Gingerbread. I love gingerbread macarons. Okay, let's see. I love your French method. Yes, Eni, I do. I'm always sweating with this Italian method. With his name too. Vic, thank you for indulging me and saying that you struggle with the name too. I can't pronounce anything. Okay, so anybody have more questions? We're probably all just excited to see what's going on inside the oven, right? We got 1 minute. Zena over there. Thank you, Zena. Hi, Jen. Yeah, sending. for diabetes. You know what? Someone asked this in our Facebook group too for macarons with a fake sugar, a substitute, a sugar substitute is what it's called. And I've heard it just have major hollows when you try that. It's just not the same. And I haven't tried myself, but I feel like you'd have to do a lot of additives in order to make it look like a macaron, and it just might not be worth it. Macarons do have a ton of sweetness, but even a nutritionist friend of mine said they're one of the best desserts you can have because of that protein from the almond flour and egg whites. So just doing a super not sweet filling, if you can think of something like that, like a dark chocolate ganache is a really good one. I know there's still a ton of sugar, but they're really not that bad for you if you eat them in moderation. Okay guys, pit in my stomach. Let's check out what's going on inside. Last time with the silicone mat, no resting, was awful. Ugh, they're not bad, but they have like no feet right now. So let's see. Ready? Close it up. That was 9 minutes. We'll do another 9. They weren't cracked though, right? You guys, I got this peanut, was it peanut butter? No, peanut powder. And I want to put it into Max. Has anyone seen that at Trader Joe's? I don't think I can find it fast enough, but Trader Joe's is selling this peanut powder, and I was so excited. I'm gonna add it into. No cracks. Dun, dun, dun. I'm too nervous to really do a happy dance right now. Sorry guys, the beginning of this really got to me. My Instagram details is Bake Toujours. It's a silent S, but I just did that so. It's the name on this channel. I was trying to but I'll write it. But you might be talking to someone else. What? What?
Are you really tiny, or is that a huge mug?
I'm really that tiny. Is this a big mug?
Not really.
I'm 4'11", almost 5 feet tall. Yes, they're looking okay. Toujours means like always. It could mean consistently, always, forever. There's a couple different meanings to it. In my pocket. Paula, how tall are you? Can you come? I would love to come to India. Are you gonna house me there? We'll have a pastry party. No, but I always have wanted to travel. I've never been to India, or anywhere that far away. Oh, the farthest I've been east. Let's see. It's probably Sweden. That's not too far over, right? Wouldn't that be the farthest probably across? Yeah, Sweden. I am in the States, yes. I'm on the west coast of the United States of America. Okay, where did you get your piping bags? Mine split. Oh, Jen, I get mine from the Flower Girl. Her name is Lindsay, and her handle is Shop the Flower Girl for the shop. You can also just Google Shop the Flower Girl, and her shop will come up. I'm almost done. I got some Max in there. So this is how they come in a little packet like this. You get couplers and 3 bags. You can get multicolored or the same color. And they are not a silicone, but something, a different, very easy to squish and get your batter out. Some of the other packaging bags I have hurt my hand after a while, but these are really easy to clean on the inside. Even with buttercreams, it doesn't coat. The grease kind of comes right off with hot water and a mild soap. So I recommend them if you're looking for non-plastic options. This is your first time on the live? I thought you'd been here before.
May have been a reference to the children.
Oh. I first time saw the live. Let's see. Karen, were you talking about the macarons? Were you saying that you've seen the small feet before, or what were you talking about? 4'9". Karen and I are best buds. We are the same height. That is neat. Not the same height, but it's a line from a movie if you've seen it. Okay. Still get carded for wine at 42. I used to feel like I would get carded or whatever, and now I've got my gray hairs and I feel like people understand I'm older. Can you try donut shapes, please? What kind of donut shapes do you want? I usually just do like a beignet and then a regular spherical with a hole in the middle donut shape, you know, the normal. Yeah. How about walnut flour? Angel? You can definitely use walnut flour. I would just do a portion and take out some of your almond flour. I wouldn't do full walnut flour. Can you make 3 batches, like a 3 times batch in a mixer, like in a stand mixer? Is that what you're asking, Gay? Good things come in small packages. Yes, Jean. Let's say that. Or feisty things come in small packages. Gay, if you're talking about doing a 3 times batch in a mixer, I would definitely say go for it. You're just gonna wanna make sure that with whatever recipe you're using, that you can rest your macarons a long time, or else you might have issues with that last couple of trays resting too long. Have a nice feel. Yeah, Jean, I really like the feel of them, and they're super easy to clean. I've just been really happy with them. It takes, when I'm doing even small details, I can use those bags, which is nice. It takes all of my effort not to buy plastic bags. I'm trying to only do reusable ones, but when I'm doing like royal icing, these have saved me from buying the single-use plastic bags. Oh, this is the first time you're seeing the whole live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Let's see here. If Quan, you're saying if you want to make multiple batches of macarons, should you do it all at once or do it 3, 4, 5 times, like one after the other? So for me, if you have a bigger mixer, like I have an 8-quart mixer and I could do, you know, about a 3 times batch in it. Anything bigger than that would cause problems for me in my environment. I could not rest mine for too long. The tops would start to get super fragile. So it depends on your recipe and your environment. If you don't have problems with resting for a long time, you could do the one big batch all at once and save yourself from meringue after meringue after meringue. But if you know your environment and you're like, well, I can't have mine resting for that long. If I have more than 3 trays, that 4th tray is, you know, trash. Then I suggest doing a meringue, like timing everything. Meringue, start to do it maybe once you're piping, you start your second meringue, and then go from there. So then you're not having any trays just sit for too long. I have tried the Swiss method and I liked it, but it was inconsistent for me. The feet would get so big, and maybe I just need to mix more, but I haven't done it enough times to get the hang of it. Of course, see. So someone asked if you can use that oven, a toaster oven.
OTG.
I've seen mixed results actually with that. Someone said no, and then who was it? Is Jean? Did you try it? Someone in one of my classes actually tried it, and they worked out. No, it was. Oh, she's in Florida. I'm blanking on the name, but she did it, and she said it's inconsistent results, but she's had really full macarons with it, but it doesn't happen every time. So sounds pretty standard for Max. Yeah, Dora, big feet, right? I don't know what's up with that. Get your Max. People looking out for me. I'm gonna just test it and see if they're done. So we got a few right away. You can see that these two are lopsided. They feel good. I'm gonna do one more minute and then pull them out. Oops, sorry, babe. The ones in the very middle were just a little wiggly, and the ones on the outside feel done. So I'm just gonna do one more minute, pull them out, and see how it goes. Someone else said, yes, no, you were totally right. The oven did go off. I just love it because some of the lives, you know, people would be like, drink water, you know, you rock, Wesley, Dora said.
Hi, Dora.
So I appreciate people reminding me, because sometimes I can be tone deaf and really just not listen to things. I could shut it down. So I'm a little nervous about this tray over resting, because that's what happens with my Italian Max. So we'll see. There's like this fine line of like 10 minutes is perfect, and then your second tray is like, ugh. So on silicone, it tends to kind of just get stuck on the silicone, and it doesn't rise evenly. Here we go, tiny little feet. We'll let those cool a little bit, and then we'll break them open. I'm gonna wait 2 minutes, because I'm usually do about 5, but I'm not patient enough right now. I'm gonna wait 2 minutes, and then I'll put the second tray in. I just like to give my oven a second to get comfortable and recalibrate, something like that, or else it shoots up in temperature. This one is not. I recommend waiting till they're cooled. Looks good, but they're a little bit wet, so that's probably because they're cooled right now. They're very hot, so we'll see. So Paula asked if there's a reason why I chose breakfast, why I chose these flat trays. So in past, I have struggled with Italian macarons so much that I've tried everything, every combination under the sun with different sheet pans and different surfaces of baking. And the air bake tray paired with the silicone mat, like, it adds that insulation it needs to rise evenly, and so that's why I like the two together. For French method, I cannot use air bake trays, but for the Italian method, for some reason, because I said previously, like, I always get lopsided macarons with the Italian method, the air bake tray seems to make them rise really slowly and evenly. So That's just what I like. The regular pans flipped upside down don't have that extra insulation. So that's the winning combo. Oh, electric mixer. Okay, that's the timer. I'm gonna put the second tray in. You mean a hand mixer? So I've seen people do the Italian method with a hand mixer. I don't recommend it. For liability's sake, I would say no. But it is possible. However, I would be worried that you would get that sugar syrup in your face. Like splatter up in your face, because it will hit the mixer, the beaters, and then splatter up. Break open another map. What did you say? And see if it's cooled a little bit more. I'm gonna move it off the tray and let it cool a little bit more first, and I'll break it open. But if you can see here, it's not just like a normal sheet pan. It has inside this like extra layer of insulation, so it doesn't brown like your cookies or whatnot. And it just seems to help with macarons, which again, I get concave shells with French method. With my French method, it doesn't work, and I despise air bake trays for French method. Wesley's my wingman. Are they hollow? These ones weren't. No, I really need to let them cool. I keep pulling them off and I'm breaking them. My drink. Perhaps one day when the world is not shut down, we can meet. Do the trays have holes? They don't have holes. It is not, because I've seen the perforated ones too. It's not like that, but it has these little indentations. So I'm uncertain as to what they are doing. Like, do you know what that's would be for?
Trapping.
Trapping heat, Wesley says. So it says on the bottom, insulated bakeware, air bake trays. Do not soak in water because it will like fill up. The actual brand is Air Bake, I think, or maybe it starts with a T. That's on my, because I remember trying to tag Air Bake trays and it wasn't something. So the manufacturer starts with a T. T, yeah, there we go. Jan said it. T-fall. Yeah, T-foul or T-fall, whatever that may be. Yep, there we go. Everyone knows. Okay. Christina uses the same ones. Yes, they're really nice because they don't have a lip, and I really wanted them to work for French method, but I haven't gotten them to work for the French method for me. Other people have. I feel like some people use a combination of Teflon and air bake trays for French method, and it seems to work well. Let's see here.
Chris is on.
Chris? Your brother?
No. I'll marry you.
Where?
Your cousin.
I know,
Green
but
Belt
where?
44.
I don't see that. Maybe I'm behind. Oh, there we go. Hey, Chris. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm sad we aren't going to be making it over down there at all this year, even for Christmas time. Let's see here. Either French or Swiss. Let's see. Have you ever tried no rest method? So Alejandra asked if I've ever tried no resting with French or Swiss method, and I have. I've tried it with both. I think I know with the Swiss method, I did like a drying in the oven kind of thing, where your oven starts really low and then you work it up. And that worked with one tray. I remember working well. I think that the macarons looked good. And then French method, I think I used more almond flour ratio to confectioner sugar to see if you could not rest, and that helps. The more almond flour you have, the more likely it will do well with putting it straight into your oven. Yeah, so if you put the heater on, it will reduce your humidity in your environment as well. Just make sure your windows are closed. But in the winter, I'll blast the heater and put my dehumidifier on, and it brings down the humidity a lot. Yeah, don't turn your AC on then. Turn your heater on, and that circulates air too and dries it out. I've just baked my macarons feet. So you always use Italian method. Your feet spread out. It might be over mixing or too much gel paste. Or you could also rest a little bit longer and see if that helps. Yeah, too hot of an oven can do that definitely. And then also, if you, sometimes convection ovens just do that, not naturally. They will ruffle your feet more than, say, a conventional no fan oven. They're like super wet inside. I don't know what's going on in that one. Well, we're gonna bake the next tray longer. The first one was full, but these ones aren't coming off, so I'm gonna put them into the freezer. But the tray doesn't fit in there. What? Let's see if it can go in the fridge. Let's cool it down.
They said, why are you doing that?
Because it's, I'm trying to cool it down a lot faster because it's not releasing from my sheet tray. With the air bake trays, you do have to bake a little bit longer, and they weren't done. So it's sticking as I try to pull off my macaron from the mat. I usually would put it in the freezer. The fridge is not the best idea. But my pan doesn't fit in the freezer. So it's too narrow. So we'll see if this will cool it down a little faster and see if we can salvage some of these mats. See, they're just too moist inside. Well, they're not even worth like looking at right now. Oh, the lighting is too bad, I think. But they're not baked all the way. So I didn't bake them long enough. They have air pockets. The first one we looked into was nice, but yeah, I mean, they're not full though. Eni, let me know, Eni, how it goes. I can't bake them longer now. Like, I can't put them back in. But I think they'll solidify a little bit more when they're not hot. But I definitely needed to bake them longer. Thank you. Muskan, thank you very much. No, this tray is trash. I can't put it back in the oven. It's just it's been out for too long. And that's okay. Oh, Abigail. It's okay, that's what these experiments are for. I'm not selling these macarons. I'm not doing anything. And my family definitely can't eat all of these, so. I start with Italian buttercream. Let's see what Jan said. Yeah, Victoria, yes, hopefully the second tray is better. I'll bake it a little bit longer. Zelia said that her macs are rough on the outside. You could need to sift your almond flour a little bit finer. If it's too clumpy, then you could get those rough tops, or you might need to macaronage more. A couple more strokes of your batter can really do wonders to have a nice, smooth, shiny shell. And Jan said she starts with an Italian meringue buttercream to make different flavors, and then go from there. And that's a great idea, especially if you're doing large production. Having a base. I'm laughing at my nails. Having a base like recipe, and then being able to do multiple fillings with that base saves a lot of time. So if you have like artisan flavorings, you can do that. Or if you have like your Italian meringue, like buttercream, like Jan said, adding a little bit of peanut butter to some of it, and then you have peanut butter filling, adding a little bit of cocoa powder, and then you have chocolate. You could do a lot of different things with that. Same with ganaches. You can do a ganache and then add some flavoring to that. A little bit of raspberry puree into it, and then you have raspberry chocolate. Separate it into two, and you can do what else goes well with if you do like a whiskey or something in your chocolate bourbon or something. You could just kind of separate it, add a couple things, but you have to play with the consistency and make sure that it works for y'all. Yeah, Nutella is a great one too to add to a ganache or buttercream. Zelha, can you do more filling videos? Yeah, I feel like fillings are what make your macaron, right? So it's something that you have to think about. I don't know if I'll sell my macarons again, but it's something that definitely makes your macs stand out. So I really like to save a lot of the fillings for the classes and stuff. But it's definitely, I did give you my pistachio filling, which is my favorite. And I feel like you can do a ton with that base too, with using almond paste and stuff like that, and go from there. It creates a really nice solid filling. So I like being able to give you guys some tools and then for you to use your creativity as well to make your own. But if you want to be like, getting different cookbooks, I feel like gives you such great ideas and inspiration. And like just looking at the Momofuku cookbook, like with her cereal milk things, that like opens up so many fun things that, you know, you infuse all these different flavors into your buttercreams by soaking your milk or whatever in cereal and then adding it. It's just really fun. I feel like that's the funnest part about creating macarons and flavors, is being able to test out these crazy ideas you get about how to infuse flavors into your fillings. Yes, Christina, I agree. It's the most fun thing. Yes, Pies and Tacos gives out so many filling recipes. I think she has like 90 macaron fillings. Abigail, let's see here. Is it Mahler? Asked about the mixing with a electric hand mixer. Definitely try it if you're a daredevil. I mean, I don't recommend it. I've seen people do it, and I think even on like the British Bake Off, I think I saw someone do it, and they move their whisk away and put it in. It's just a little bit easier to not have it mixing enough and then having your egg whites get too hot and having the sugar syrup ruin your egg whites or solidify on the bottom of the bowl. Dora, thank you. We'll see how this goes. We have 2 more minutes here, and then we'll see. Let's see here. It's past my sleep. No, sleep is important. You gotta sleep, right? Let's see here. I feel like Abigail said something. Can you describe the flavor of a matured macaron? Matured macarons are going to be a nice crisp bite through that shell and then a chewy center. If you don't mature your macarons, they're still really tasty, but it's gonna also kind of squish out your filling and it's not gonna kind of marry all together. So if it's matured properly, I feel like you get that bite of everything is one. So that's why I don't even worry about flavoring my shells, is because that filling moisture soaks into your shells. It gets it nice and chewy on the middle, but it holds that shell, that exterior shell out, that stays nice and crisp. So you get that combination of crisp and chewy, and then the flavors marry through your whole bite. I haven't found chocolate macarons to take longer to mature for me. Eni, did you say concave max? Okay, Eni, let's see here. Concave. So was your oven pretty low in temp? Smooth tops, even feet. I'll go look at your stories after this. 300, that's weird. Were your macaron mats wet at all? Like, had you just put vinegar over them or anything like that? Yes, Dora, mine too. It's like a brownie. It's so good. 300. Quan is Jelly Terry on Instagram, maybe? Oh no, that's it. I missed the live. Just managed to join you into the fridge. Welcome to the Bake to Jour channel. I don't remember if this is like the second time. Is this the time to? I'm gonna bake them. You wanna see? We got lopsided and then some good ones in the middle. I'm gonna go for 3 more minutes and then we'll see. Heidi, how's it going? It's been better. So I had to redo my sugar syrup because I think there must have been some fat in my first bowl. My meringue that's like solidified now. So that was gonna be such a pain to clean out, by the way. So I restarted. We have this tray which is underbaked. They looked pretty good. The feet were nice. I just didn't bake them long enough. So if I was like trying to show you guys them, that would be so they have a good hard outside. They have even feet for the most part. There were a few lopsided ones on here, but then on the inside they're just underbaked. Like, can you even see? I don't know if the lighting, try to open it up a little bit, but they're a little bit even like too, like I just pushed it in accidentally from the bottom, but it's almost a little bit like the hollow is down here, and that's probably from my air bake tray. Turning up the heat a little bit could help me next time, I think, with those. That's what the experience, Heidi, I know, right? I'm glad at least for the classes I do my regular French method and we do it right. Victoria, thank you. It's not yours. I feel like Victoria's has this beautiful like bubble, and my meringue just didn't have enough volume. If your feet aren't being, if you're not getting any feet, you could have your meringue is under whipped, or you're over mixing your batter, or your temperature is too low in your oven, or you're not resting long enough. My favorite thing to make other than macarons, definitely croissants. Laminated dough in general is my absolute favorite. Vic, thank you so much. All right, guys. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with browning, so I'm just gonna go for this, like, even is a little bit. I'll go 1 more minute. But there's some definite lopsidedness going on. Oh, thank you. Thanks for playing. Yes, of course. Let's see. When we switch to a paddle, we mix for how long? Christina, almost, yeah. You just want to mix until all your dries are incorporated with your paddle, and do it on a low speed, and then hopefully you'll have a little bit more time to incorporate than I did. Mine was already like flat by the time I was done putting my batter in because my meringue wasn't that full. But if you have a more of like a medium peak meringue, then you can probably mix a little bit longer just to incorporate your dries, and then check it out with a spatula. What age did I start baking? I've always baked, but actually for a profession, I was 22. I went to pastry school. I think I was 22. After college, after university, pastry school. Oh. All right, so 9 and 9, and then I did 3 and 1 more. Did that one. It's ugly.
Can I eat that one?
Yeah, once they're cooled. Definitely.
And
So I've got lopsided ones right here in this little area. The middle aren't lopsided, and then I've got more lopsided over here.
that's okay. It's what you need to care about is a film and if it's under or underbaked. Underbaked.
Wow. Got the underbaked ones here. Hopefully these ones aren't underbaked.
I just wish this could have done a teensy bit.
I know, right? Don't you wish we had like actual ones to eat for Thanksgiving?
I actually meant
Oh.
shorter.
Oh, shorter, yeah. Same. Didn't mean to mess up the first time.
But Nan says it's because of me.
Why do the feet on my Macs always spread out, Jelly Terry? So if your feet are spreading out, I think I just said that. I don't know if you asked that after, but let me think. You could be, what? You hungry? 1 second, okay? Here. Bite into it and show them what's on the inside.
Over there.
So feet can spread out if your oven is too hot, if you have too much gel paste in your recipe or too much liquid.
Get it closer.
It's okay, Bobby. Let me see. Hello. You don't want to see that. It can also happen if your oven is I feel like it naturally happens. You get that ruffle. Thumbs up from you, and you get a ruffled look for some convection ovens. Electric convection typically have a little bit of ruffle. I don't mind the ruffle, but the other reasons are too much liquid, too high of heat, and you could also be not resting long enough.
That's so good.
I did rotate. Yes, I rotated the pan. Let's see here. I missed the firefly. Why do my Macs have wrinkly tops? Yeah, sometimes cocoa powder can do that. You don't want to add too much cocoa powder to your recipe. It's added fat, of course, so it is going to break down your meringue a little bit faster, and it's easier to overmix, so you got to be careful with that. We're going to leave this alone because it's super hot right now, okay?
Yes.
All right. All right, friends. Let's see if this is cool enough and I can pull one off, and then we can call it a day. And happy Thanksgiving to all of our friends in America, right?
Yeah.
Let me wash my hands.
And to natives.
Yeah, Jelly Terry. The fan ovens, people have said that they just can't get rid of their ruffled feet.
There's one.
Oh yeah, he's right by the window. And it just sometimes happens. You could try turning your oven down even more, but then you have to worry about combating the hollows. But I say embrace the ruffle if it's not affecting your shell. If it's nice and hard and has, nope, sorry, I don't want you to burn yourself.
Okay.
And it is full, then you don't have to, the ruffled feet is gorgeous, and that's what most of the professional shops have, is ruffled macaron feet. So, you keep having this fuzz on you. I keep trying to get out. Okay. All right. After this 2-hour live,
That's longer than usual.
right?
I
Happy Thanksgiving.
I never ever give time.
Happy
of
Turkey
this
Day, Jan. You've already probably had yours, right? In October.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness. They're still not cool enough.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving to all.
Let's see if I can cool them. Out skis. No more eating them. This is how the parchment comes. Someone asked about the parchment. It comes in sheets. It's flat, which is nice, so then you don't have that curvature of it, like when it's rolled up, and it just comes out like that. But I don't want to bore you guys with waiting for these Macs to cool. No? Okay. Just wait, my husband says. Happy Thanksgiving from Germany.
And all in,
And what?
and all around, and all the other places.
Not everywhere celebrates.
What?
Someone asked if the parchment is reusable, and it's not. You can try to save it and do it again, but I feel like it wrinkles with that moisture of your batter, so it's not going to be very flat if you try to reuse it. It's a little bit too thin to get a nice flat bottom on it twice. Excuse me. Let's see here. I have a fan. I set my oven to 170. Drop down my oven. Saba, that could be a good temperature for you. That would be too hot for my oven. I usually do 150 Celsius preheating and then drop it down to about, I don't know what that would be in, probably like 135 Celsius. So that's just my oven. It might work for yours. If your Macs aren't cracking, then that's great. I'm used to my French method, and what? Oh. Used to my French method, you know, and I can pull my macarons off the mat right away. So I'm very impatient with waiting for these to cool. From Puerto Rico, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, everyone in Mom's class.
Yes, Kwan, I feel the same. I'm so thankful for the community. See you on IG. Yes, Eni. Thanks for sharing what you did at your home. I can't wait to check out your stories. Yes, we'll do a Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. We'll have like a tenderloin turkey. We don't need a whole one. Mostly we're all here for the sides, right? We got stuffing, potatoes. What else? Green bean casserole, all the fixins. You can buy this parchment if you are asking about this specifically. It's on Amazon. It's on my storefront, or you could just Google or like search on Amazon template parchment with macaron template on it, and it will come up, I'm sure. But you can also look up. I'll share my site right here. Amazon. It won't. I don't think you'll be able to click on it, but you could copy and paste, and it has all my macaron favorite things and kitchen favorites in there. Thank you for being here, Patricia. So does that mean if you Sylvia, I don't know, to be honest. I don't make Macs Italian method enough to really have a consistent know of it. I feel like, oh, here we go. It came off. Here we go. Second tray. So this is one that has even feet, a nice shiny flat bottom, and then let's check out the inside. It's got a sturdy shell, but it is not Oops. It is hollow in the middle. Can you see that line? I don't know if you can, yeah, you can tell. It has a nice hollow center.
Again, the underbaked ones look yummy too.
We'll
And
enjoy
I'm
them
sharing
still.
with my sister.
He's gonna share them with his sister. Is it underbaked? Yes, it is underbaked. It's definitely, when I'm doing these lives especially, it's hard to keep having them bake when I just want them to come out and show you guys. So I would bake a little bit longer. That was about 20 minutes. But with the installation of these, maybe I need to go a little bit more. It's been 3 months since I've made them this way. So we'll see. Hi, Razna. I joined too late. Yes. We're just finishing up. Bye. Let's see here. We got, okay. That's enough. That's enough.
I'm sharing them.
Well, I'm glad you're sharing them.
Well, remember, this is the underbaked one, but full.
This is the underbaked one?
Yeah. I mean, all the underbaked ones.
There's like no meat in there, like my French method, so. Definitely would have to try this again, and I'll share it on Instagram when I do. Hopefully it will go a little smoother than this. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know that was a long one. I appreciate you guys, and I hope those who celebrate have a good Thanksgiving, and for those who don't, have a great week. Bye. I will definitely write up a review on this, like how I did and what I would change, and send it out in the newsletter on Sunday. Thank you guys. And oh, someone asked last time if the Facebook group is public, and I said yes, but I guess it is private where I have to let you in. So it's taking me a while to let everyone in. You just need to make sure you answer those questions, because if you haven't answered the questions, I'm not letting you in, just because I don't want it to be like a robot or something. So basically all you have to write is like yes, no, yes, or macaron, no. You know, it's very simple questions. You don't have to go in depth, just so I know that you're a person.
Mom, this is
And then I'll
great.
add you. Oh, good. I'm glad.
She's absolutely the best macaron maker I've ever tasted.
I paid them to say that.
Yeah. They are very good. This is delicious. You got to taste them. This one. You got to watch all of her videos.
Oh my gosh.
Make
Okay.
sure they're delicious.
Make sure they're delicious. All right. They have dreams of having their own YouTube channels. They are quite a handful. Okay. We're out. So that there's a Facebook group. It's called like macaron or baked du jour pastry discussion group. Just follow, answer the questions, and I'll let you guys in if you're not already in, and then I can talk. Hopefully, talk about the live in there as well. Okay, I'm gonna go because this is like shaking the camera. Bye, guys.
Bye. She's the best. She's the best ever.
You guys can stop right now. But hello from Sacramento. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, what's it called? Thanksgiving. Thank you, friends. Bye.
Are these